Hello, viewers. Today we are going to talk about the last chapter of the book, The Laws of Human Nature. Is that the heading of the chapter is, of course, meditation on mortality, and Robert Greene calls it the law of death denial. So, with the beginning of a story of a girl named as Mary O'Connor. Actually, this is a story of a writer who died at the age of 39 with the same disease, uh, with the same disease of which her father had died. So the story starts with like a little 10-year-old Mary uh, trying to create some pictures, short stories, and caricatures, which fascinates her father. But eventually, her father do some sort of jobs, or before doing that job, her father was doing a business, a real estate business, but that business didn't earn him much profit, and so he uh, what I say he enlisted himself in a government job, but that government job didn't pay him enough money. So the best he tried is that uh, he could do nothing, and he started his life at the same. I think I have to start again, but just let's be continue with it. So the idea of a story is that uh, she also have the same disease which Mary fathers. That is, her father name is Mary's father Edward. The then both father and daughter have the same disease, but her daughter, regardless of her disease, which disease name is Lucas and something, some strange name. In that disease, your body started to paralyzing, and you have all sorts of uh, problems like you have to change your blood after every some days, and don't even walk. Your hairs will fall down, and all the rest of problems. That is, you can say, horrible problems. But in spite of that, she started working on her novel. Like she was about to complete her first novel when she struck this disease, and her first novel was that Wise Blood, which is based on a atheism character, a person who is atheist and trying to spread his ideas of atheism all over the his community, and then further on the state and the country. She continuously writing it even after when her disease continuously day by day getting worse. Her state was getting day by day worse, but she still remained consistent with her writing. And then there comes a man whose name is Eric, who was a you can say a courier boy or something like that, who used to carry as a mailman to all the books that people order. He acted as a delivery man. He That is Eric and Mary, which changes her name after going to do graduation in writing. So she changed her name as Flynn. So Flynn and Eric have had a good conversation all the time, and they share a good amount of time. And one day, Eric invited her to go on a drive because he was going for a 2 months on vacation in his country, Denmark. Eric was going to Denmark, so uh, both were enjoyed the car ride, and in the end, Eric kissed her, and she didn't feel any bother about that. He went to Denmark and didn't came after even 3 or 4 months. She missed her so much. She even wrote later in one of the letters. She said that I want to talk about millions of things about you without stopping. And then one day she received a letter of him that he was engaged with a Danish woman there. She could not say anything but just congratulated her, and then he could do as that. Now this is her life, and she had to accept it. as a fate. And in those times, he used to rejuvenate the young people in his country, or the fans that they received after successfully publishing his first novel, and then continually working on short stories, and writing in magazines, in newspapers. She constantly acclaim the plays and laudable works, and admiration from the community where she was living there. In the end of his life, she completed two novels, at least, and some other unfinished works. So that's all about his life, which Robert Greene used to tell us that if we think about it, Letter wants to tell us that we often think that the story of Mary, or you can say Flynn O'Connor, was different from us, but it isn't in reality. We are all on the same path. We think that we don't suffering from any disease or any sort of things like that, but it is true that we are on the same precarious situation that the lead character in this story was. We are always moving on a precarious situation, and what we can do is to do most of our work, most of our day, most of our time to the work that we really love, that we really value, that will satisfy us. And that is the main point of this story. And the author the main concern of author was to teach us that this is the real thing, that we have to put our entire lives in our work, and think that we have a limited amount of time. As Steve Jobs says that don't you waste your limited time, don't waste your time is limited, don't waste it for somebody living somebody else's life. So utilize your time as much as you can. And also Steve Jobs, in his famous speech at a university, I don't know how to, so he said that every day he wake up and look at in the mirror and said that if this was if this is the last if this is going to be the last day, then what are the things that I want to do in my life? What are the things that I will do in my work? So he made a to-do list and completed that list before going to the bed. And he said that this is the thing that he has doing it since a long time ago, and it helped him to become Steve Jobs, to become one of the greatest innovators of 21st century. So that's all. Thank you very much.